Welcome to Decor Studio, where we bring timeless elegance to your home. Today, we're diving into 14 stunning rustic farmhouse and vintage-inspired decor ideas that will transform your space into a festive wonderland with opulent red and white Christmas elegance. Whether you're decorating your living room, dining area, or cozy bedroom, these ideas blend rustic charm with vintage sophistication, creating a warm and inviting holiday atmosphere. From handcrafted wreaths to luxurious table settings, each concept is designed to elevate every room with festive cheer. Perfect for those who love a mix of nostalgic charm and modern flair, these decor tips will inspire you to create a memorable Christmas ambience. So, grab a cup of hot cocoa, get comfortable, and let's explore these beautiful ideas to make your home sparkle this holiday season. Idea number 1. Cozy red plaid wreath. Imagine a front door that welcomes guests with rustic charm. A cozy red plaid wreath sets the tone for your holiday decor. Crafted from soft red and white plaid fabric strips, this wreath is wrapped around a sturdy grapevine base, giving it a handmade farmhouse feel. Add clusters of frosted pine cones, crimson berries, and delicate white baby's breath for texture. A burlap bow tied at the bottom adds a rustic touch, while a subtle dusting of faux snow evokes a wintry vibe. Hang it on a weathered wooden door for that perfect vintage look. The wreath's bold red hues pop against neutral tones, creating a warm, inviting focal point. It feels nostalgic yet elegant, blending the simplicity of farmhouse style with the opulence of Christmas. Place it above a vintage sled or beside a galvanized metal bucket filled with evergreen branches to complete the scene. This wreath not only looks stunning, but also feels like a heartfelt embrace, setting a festive mood for everyone who enters your home. Its versatility allows it to shine indoors too, perhaps above a fireplace or on a shiplap wall. Idea number 2. Vintage red lantern centerpiece. Picture your dining table glowing with vintage charm. A red lantern centerpiece becomes the heart of your holiday gatherings. Choose a distressed red metal lantern with glass panels, evoking an old-world aesthetic. Fill it with white fairy lights and crimson ornaments for a soft, radiant glow. Surround the base with lush evergreen sprigs, white holly berries, and pine cones for a rustic touch. The lantern's weathered finish contrasts beautifully with the crisp white tablecloth, creating an elegant yet cozy vibe. It feels like a piece plucked from a vintage Christmas market, blending nostalgia with sophistication. Place it on a wooden tray with red taper candles to enhance the opulent red and white theme. The warm light spilling from the lantern casts a magical ambience, perfect for intimate dinners or festive parties. This centerpiece is versatile enough for a coffee table or entryway console, adding warmth to any room. Its rustic charm and glowing elegance make every moment feel special, inviting guests to linger and share stories around the table, wrapped in the glow of Christmas spirit. Idea number 3. White lace table runner. Transform your dining area with a white lace table runner that exudes vintage elegance. This delicate runner, with intricate floral patterns, drapes gracefully over a rustic wooden table, softening its rugged texture. Pair it with red cloth napkins tied with twine and a sprig of holly for a pop of color. The contrast between the crisp white lace and bold red accents creates a striking yet harmonious look. Add vintage-inspired elements like red glass candle holders and white porcelain plates to enhance the opulent theme. The runner feels like a family heirloom, evoking memories of grand holiday feasts. Its airy, openwork design allows the table's natural wood grain to peek through, grounding the look in farmhouse simplicity. For extra charm, scatter faux snowflakes or small red ornaments along the runner. This setup feels both luxurious and welcoming, perfect for hosting a Christmas dinner that feels timeless. The lace's delicate texture adds a layer of sophistication, making every meal feel like a special occasion while maintaining that cozy, rustic vibe that defines farmhouse style. Idea number 4. Red tartan throw blanket display. Cozy up your living room with a red tartan throw blanket display that screams rustic comfort. Drape a soft red and white tartan blanket over a vintage wooden ladder or an antique armchair. The bold plaid pattern adds warmth and a touch of Scottish heritage, while its soft texture invites you to snuggle up. Pair it with white knit pillows and a faux fur cushion for a layered, inviting look. Add a small woven basket nearby filled with pine cones and red ribbon-tied cinnamon sticks for a festive scent. The blanket's rich red tones contrast beautifully with neutral furniture, creating a focal point that feels both bold and homey. It evokes the feeling of a cozy winter cabin, perfect for sipping hot cider by the fire. For added charm, hang a small chalkboard sign with a holiday greeting above the display. This setup is versatile, working in a reading nook or by a Christmas tree, blending vintage elegance with farmhouse simplicity. The tartan throw adds a timeless, festive touch that warms both the room and the heart. Idea number 5. Rustic red mason jar vases. Bring rustic charm to any room with red mason jar vases filled with festive flair. Paint vintage mason jars a rich, glossy red and distress them slightly for an aged farmhouse look. Fill each jar with white roses, red berries, and sprigs of evergreen for a vibrant, holiday-inspired arrangement. Tie a white burlap ribbon around the neck of each jar for a touch of softness. Place them on a weathered wooden tray or directly on a dining table, entryway console, or windowsill. The jar's bold red color pops against neutral backdrops, while the white flowers add elegance. The arrangement feels like a fresh-picked bouquet from a winter garden, blending rustic simplicity with opulent details. For extra sparkle, tuck in battery-operated fairy lights. These vases create a warm, inviting atmosphere, perfect for holiday gatherings or quiet evenings at home. Their versatility allows them to shine in any room, from the kitchen to the bedroom, bringing a cohesive red and white theme that feels both nostalgic and festive, evoking the charm of a vintage Christmas. Idea number 6. White shiplap wall with red ornaments. Create a stunning focal point with a white shiplap wall adorned with red ornaments. The crisp white shiplap provides a clean farmhouse-style backdrop that feels both modern and timeless. Hang a collection of red glass ornaments in various sizes, suspended by white satin ribbons for a touch of elegance. Cluster them asymmetrically for a playful, organic look, and add sprigs of holly or pine for texture. The contrast between the bright red ornaments and the white wall creates a bold, festive statement. This setup feels like a modern take on a vintage Christmas, evoking memories of simpler times with a luxurious twist. For added warmth, place a rustic wooden bench below with red plaid cushions and a white knit throw. The wall's clean lines and the ornaments' rich hues make it perfect for a living room or entryway, setting a joyful holiday mood. This decor idea is easy to customize, allowing you to swap ornaments or add fairy lights for extra sparkle, creating a space that feels both elegant and cozy. Idea number 7. Red velvet stocking display. Elevate your fireplace with a red velvet stocking display that oozes vintage luxury. Hang a row of plush red velvet stockings along a rustic wooden mantel, each adorned with a white lace trim for a touch of elegance. The rich, soft texture of the velvet feels indulgent, while the white lace adds a delicate, heirloom-like charm. For a farmhouse twist, attach small wooden tags with handwritten names or holiday greetings tied with twine. Drape a garland of evergreen and white berries across the mantel, interspersed with red ribbon bows. The deep red velvet contrasts beautifully with the greenery, creating a warm, festive focal point. This display feels like a scene from a classic Christmas tale, blending opulence with rustic simplicity. Add a few vintage-inspired elements like a brass lantern or a stack of old books to complete the look. Perfect for a living room or cozy den, this stocking display invites warmth and nostalgia, making your fireplace the heart of your holiday home, ready to be filled with gifts and love. Idea number 8. Vintage red sled with white accents. Add a nostalgic touch with a vintage red sled decorated with white accents. Lean a weathered red wooden sled against a porch wall or in a corner of your living room. Wrap it with a garland of white tinsel and red berries, secured with a big white bough for a festive flourish. The sled's chipped paint and worn edges evoke memories of childhood winters, while the white accents add a touch of elegance. Place a pair of white ice skates or a basket of pine cones at its base for extra rustic charm. The bold red sled stands out against a neutral backdrop, creating a cozy, farmhouse-inspired focal point. It feels like a piece straight from a vintage Christmas postcard, blending nostalgia with holiday cheer. For added warmth, drape a red plaid blanket nearby or add fairy lights for a soft glow. This decor idea works indoors or out, bringing a playful yet sophisticated vibe to your holiday setup, perfect for creating a welcoming atmosphere that sparks joy and conversation. Idea number 9. Red and white striped pillows. Brighten your seating area with red and white striped pillows that blend farmhouse comfort with vintage flair. Choose pillows with bold, candy cane-inspired red and white stripes, crafted from soft cotton or linen for a cozy feel. Arrange them on a neutral sofa or a wooden bench, pairing them with a red tartan throw for a layered look. The stripes add a playful, festive touch, while the fabric's texture keeps it grounded in rustic charm. For extra elegance, add a few white knit pillows with subtle cable patterns. The pillow's vibrant pattern pops against muted tones, creating a lively yet sophisticated atmosphere. This setup feels like a warm hug from a vintage Christmas, perfect for curling up with a book or hosting holiday guests. Place a tray of red candles and pine sprigs nearby to tie in the theme. These pillows are versatile, working in a living room, bedroom, or even a cozy porch swing, bringing festive elegance and comfort to any space with a nod to timeless holiday traditions. Idea number 10. white ceramic pitcher with red berries. Create a charming centerpiece with a white ceramic pitcher filled with red berries. Choose a vintage-style pitcher with a slightly distressed finish, evoking farmhouse simplicity. Fill it with vibrant red holly berries, white baby's breath, and sprigs of evergreen for a festive, rustic arrangement. Place it on a dining table or entryway console, paired with a red plaid table runner for a cohesive look. The pitcher's creamy white surface contrasts beautifully with the bold red berries, creating a striking yet elegant display. The arrangement feels fresh and organic, like a bouquet gathered from a winter forest, blending vintage charm with holiday opulence. Add a few pine cones or a white candle nearby for extra warmth. This versatile piece works in any room, from the kitchen to the living room, adding a touch of festive sophistication. Its simplicity makes it easy to style, while the red and white palette ties it to the Christmas theme, creating a welcoming atmosphere that feels both nostalgic and luxurious, perfect for holiday gatherings. Idea number 11. Red Tin Can Luminaries. Light up your space with red tin can luminaries that blend rustic charm with festive glow. Collect vintage tin cans, paint them a glossy red, and punch star or snowflake patterns into the sides. Place a white tea light candle inside each can, letting the light shine through the cutouts, casting whimsical patterns on nearby surfaces. Line them along a windowsill, porch railing, or dining table for a warm, inviting ambience. The red cans pop against neutral backgrounds, while the flickering light adds a cozy, vintage feel. Pair them with evergreen sprigs or white ribbon bows for extra holiday flair. This setup feels like a nod to old-fashioned Christmas crafts, combining simplicity with elegance. The luminaries' soft glow creates a magical atmosphere, perfect for evening gatherings or quiet winter nights. Their rustic charm makes them versatile for indoor or outdoor use, bringing a touch of farmhouse warmth to any space. These handmade treasures evoke nostalgia, making your home feel like a festive retreat, glowing with the spirit of Christmas. Idea number 12. White knit Christmas tree skirt. Elevate your Christmas tree with a white knit Christmas tree skirt that exudes cozy elegance. Choose a thick cable knit skirt in creamy white, resembling a handmade heirloom. Its soft texture contrasts beautifully with a rustic tree stand, creating a warm, farmhouse-inspired base. Accent it with red ribbon bows or small pine cones for a festive touch. The skirt's clean, white hue complements the red and white ornaments on your tree, tying the room together with opulent holiday charm. It feels like a cozy sweater for your tree, evoking memories of winter evenings by the fire. For extra flair, place a few red gift boxes or a vintage lantern nearby. This tree skirt works in any room with a Christmas tree, from a grand living room to a cozy bedroom corner, adding a layer of sophistication and warmth. Its timeless design blends vintage nostalgia with modern elegance, making your tree the heart of your holiday decor, ready to gather loved ones around for gift-giving and celebration. Idea number 13. Red barn door with white wreath. Make a bold statement with a red barn door adorned with a white wreath. Paint a sliding barn door a rich, weathered red to serve as a rustic focal point in your living room or dining area. Hang a lush white wreath made of faux snow-dusted pine branches, accented with red berries and a plaid ribbon bow. The wreath's crisp white contrasts strikingly with the deep red door, creating a festive yet elegant look. The door's rustic texture adds farmhouse charm, while the wreath feels like a snowy winter accent, evoking vintage holiday vibes. Add a galvanized bucket with evergreen branches at the base for extra warmth. This setup feels grand yet inviting, perfect for a home that blends modern and rustic elements. The bold colors and textures make it a versatile focal point, suitable for an entryway or a feature wall, setting a festive tone that welcomes guests with Christmas cheer. It's a stunning way to bring opulent red and white elegance into your home. Idea number 14. Vintage red suitcase vignette. Create a nostalgic display with a vintage red suitcase vignette that captures the essence of holiday travel. Use an old red leather suitcase with worn edges, stacked on a wooden crate for a rustic touch. Open the suitcase slightly and fill it with white knit scarves, red ornaments, and sprigs of holly spilling out for a cozy, lived-in look. Tie a white satin ribbon around the suitcase for a touch of elegance. Place it in an entryway or by a fireplace, paired with a red plaid blanket and a small lantern for warmth. The suitcase's rich red hue and vintage charm evoke memories of holiday journeys, while the white accents add opulent flair. This vignette feels like a story of Christmas past, blending farmhouse simplicity with luxurious details. Add fairy lights for a soft glow, enhancing the festive ambience. Perfect for any room, this display brings a sense of adventure and nostalgia, making your home feel like a cozy, elegant retreat for the holidays. That's all the ideas for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more ideas like this.